Hi, ThatPaulGuy. And you might notice a little bit different camera angle, and that's because I'm filming just a little bit different, and I put it in a different place, and we're trying to experiment a little bit with different angles, different locations, and see if we can't get this channel kind of back on the tech channel theme, I guess you could say. I have mentioned in some of my other videos that due to unforeseen circumstances, I got put off track in trying to do some builds, reviews, and stuff like that. But one of the things I wanted to try to do was I wanted to actually try to make sure that I was doing a small form factor build. And to do that, I've actually got a couple of different cases that I was looking at. The first one I ordered and I realized I had some issues with. I don't really have issues with the case itself. This is a CoolerMaster. It's an Elite 310. It's a small form factor, takes a mini ITX motherboard, which I do have. The other thing with that, even though I've got the components, the video card I've got that I already had on hand is too large to fit in the size of God. So I figured, okay, I'll order another small form factor case that's a little bit bigger and see if I just feel like doing the build in that. Well, enter the Darkflash DLM22. Now this is a pretty nice case as well. This has a little bit more flexibility and all. Oops, sorry about the crash. This has a little bit more flexibility and all, and I can open the side panel, but it is glass. It's tempered glass, and I'm afraid that if I start toting it around, I cannot move it around as easily as I can the CoolerMaster. Everything will fit in here, but I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm back to sort of my impasse again, which is which way do I want to go with this? And so I'm seriously considering, while I'm doing it, ordering a couple other components, but one of them is a shorter video card. I don't really need an upgraded video card to put in this, so I'm thinking about, against my better judgment, I'm thinking about probably going with the RX 570 or RX 580 route. I might, because it's like 150, 160 bucks to do that. Or I might go with something like an RTX 1060, a GTX 1060 if I can get a hold of that from NVIDIA. If I decide to spend a little bit more money, I might go with, say, an RX 5500 XT, or maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe a 1660 Super or something like that from NVIDIA. So I haven't figured out. It really is going to depend on if I want to spend the extra money and if I can make sure it's going to fit in this case. So that's where I am there. That will be the next step, is to try to figure that out, and it'll take a day or two to figure. And when I do that, I will do a little bit more in-depth review of these cases. Both of these cases will take a mini ITX motherboard. Both of these cases will take a standard ATX or standard power supply, your standard size power supply that goes in everything else. You usually don't have to worry about too much of a low profile. You might have to low profile your memory a little bit, depending on if you use a beefier cooler in the CoolerMaster, but everything should fit nicely inside the Darkflash DLM22. That's where I'm going to go from there. We will figure out which way I decide to go, and when I do that, I will obviously make a video about it. So just kind of want to let you guys know that I wasn't resting on my laurels. I was trying to figure out what to do next, but I have got down to an either-or situation, and well, I'll make up my mind. If you guys got any preference, or you wanted to see something in a real small form factor, or if you want to see something a little bit bigger, or you don't mind either one, yeah, kind of leave me comments. If you've done something like this as a hobby, or if you tried to do it yourself, or just curious about it, yeah, leave me information on that too. One thing I will tell you about the DLM22, it does not come with fans. You have to provide fans yourself. I do have a couple fans. Actually, I put Corsair fans in this one right now. The Elite 310 does have a front fan. It does have space for another fan if you decide you want to try to water cool or something. It is a tight fit, but I'll be exploring that too. It primarily uses the fan from the power supply to help vent air as an exhaust. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's where I am right now. Stay tuned to it. Subscribe if you want to see how this ends up turning out and working out. Otherwise, I've got a segment coming up later in the week for It's Thursday, and it's really kind of a good feeling to start trying to do 2 videos a week again. And so hopefully I can put together some pretty good ones. You're welcome to share, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave me any kind of comments, like I said, and we'll go through this together if you want to. So until then, folks, I'll talk to you later.